Before we get into the video, I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribed, and that's it for UFC Fight Night. I don't remember what it is, but it's Walking Buckley versus UFC Tampa, right? It's UFC Tampa or some shit. We're just gonna get into it. I'm still sick. I just broke my ring light. Not even 5 minutes ago, I just broke my actual light. I'm shining my phone's light in my face. So, I'm very orange because I'm literally getting blinded by my phone light, but I want to get this out the way because I don't have an actual light in my room. Starting off with Josephine Knudsen versus Pierre Rodriguez. I'm going Josephine by decision. Most of her wins are by decision. She's a good fighter. She can kind of grapple, pretty good striking. And also, it's the women's division. It's going to be a decision. It's not going to be some random ass overhand knockout. It's not going to be, I'm going to take you down, submit you instantly. It's just good wins. I believe Pierre Rodriguez has lost her last two recently, and one of them being to Jillian Robertson, who's actually doing pretty good for herself. However, it's not enough, While Josephine could lose this one, I think she's going to continue the streak and just win another decision pretty comfortably, 29-28. Davy Grant versus Roman Tavares. I'm going... This one was a little weird for me, right? This one's a little weird for me. They're kind of both on the same skill level. Record-wise, Davy Grant's 13-7. Roman Tavares is about 10-2. It's like, record-wise, they're not. But skill-wise, I feel like they're kind of on the same level. Davy Grant loses to good people, but he has really good wins, like Jonathan Martinez. I'm blanking right now, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. Also, Davy Grant's just a Chad. He's just a fucking Chad, so it's like, do I go Roman Tavares, Davy Grant? I'm leaning Roman Tavares. Leaning Roman Tavares based off decision. He doesn't have the experience, but he has good power. And he can keep up. I think he can keep up. Maybe not finish Davy Grant, but he can keep up in the cardio aspect. I see him winning a nice 29-28 decision again. This card's going to have a lot of decisions. This card's going to have a lot of decisions, man. A lot of grappling versus striking. Usually that, calls for a decision. I'm going to Roman Tavares. I think he'll be able to keep up the pressure. A little younger. He'll do a lot more damage, in my opinion. And even if experience does struggle, I think his power will carry him through. Miranda Maverick versus Jamie Linhorf. I'm going Miranda Maverick. Another decision because not only is it women's MMA, Jamie Linhorf is pretty tough. She can take a lot of damage. Miranda Maverick's better in skill, in my opinion. I just don't think she'll be able to finish Jamie. It's kind of... It's women's MMA. Like, what do you want me to say, man? It's women's MMA. It's a 50-50 majority of the time, even if there is an underdog. But I think Miranda Maverick's grappling and striking is better than Jamie. I think Jamie Linhorf's really only good trait about her is her toughness and really not giving up. Even though she's Canadian. But I trust Miranda Maverick here. I like her skill set more. From what I've seen, I like her skill set a lot more. But since it's women's MMA, 29-28 decision, you know what I'm saying? You ready for the fourth decision on the card? 4 decisions in a row. Miles Johns versus Felipe Lima. Felipe Lima, good prospect. He just beat Muhammad Naimov. That's really impressive, really good. Miles Johns was supposed to be a co-main event or main event. I forgot which one. This guy was supposed to fight Cody Garbrandt in the main event. Cody Garbrandt pulls out. We give him arguably a tougher opponent. Well, not only is he not the main event, he's on the prelims. Kind of sad to see. I don't like Miles Johns that much, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It was a weak main event anyway, but still. I want to take the wrestling of Miles Johns here, but Felipe Lima's grappling, it's good. It's good. He can submit people. He submitted, like I said, Muhammad Naimov. Great win, great submission. The fight was pretty close even then. Miles Johns has good wins. He has good wrestling. His striking's pretty flawed. Makes a lot of technical mistakes in striking. But he's strong. And when you're strong, it doesn't matter. You could be a retard doing an overhand, but if you're a retard doing an overhand with power, they gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, power can really just be a difference here. And I think Miles Johns has the power to out-wrestle Lima and really outstrike him. I believe he's an underdog pretty well, and I completely understand why. I think Felipe Lima is good. But I think Miles Johns is a little more proven. I like Miles Johns here. Wrestling, strength-wise, I think he'll be able to have a dominant decision. 30-27. 4 decisions in a row. But, like, I mean, 2 women's fights. You know, a guy who loves wrestling and who's really bad at striking. Like, can you blame me? 4 decisions in a row. Can you blame me on this? Fuck it. You know, Sean Woodson knockout, right? Like, who gives a fuck? Okay. In all seriousness, if there is a finish, it's probably Fernando Padilla. Sean Woodson is not. He's probably the freakest athlete I've ever seen, and not in a good way. He's built kind of like a freak. You saw this man outside of a gas station, you think he's on drugs. It's like he's kind of a freak, right? I'm going Sean Woodson. TKO against Fernando Padilla. I don't think Fernando Padilla is great. While he is dangerous, while he does have the ability to finish people, and I think his finishing potential is more than Sean Woodson. I think Sean Woodson has more experience, at least when it comes to fighting higher guys. He's had more success in the UFC. He's just a better fighter technically. Sean Woodson's very good technically. He's weird, he's slow. He looks like he sucks ass. You know, he looks like he sucks, which he probably does. But he's good technically, right? He's good technically. He just has a very weird build, a very weird fighting style. I'm going to go second round TKO. Just so I don't choose 5 decisions in a row. Second round TKO. But, like, bro, this card's built for decisions. Like, I don't really know what to say about it. Second round TKO, Sean Woodson. Fernando Padilla just doesn't have the skill, in my opinion. And while Sean Woodson doesn't really have the power, I think he can still knock him down and, like, finish him. It really just depends. Joel Alvarez versus Jakar Close. Very underrated fight. Should be on the main card. Should be... I don't remember what the co-main event is, but this should be the co-main event. Joel Alvarez, very good prospect. He's very fucking good, man. And I thought low-key, after this guy's last fight, you move him up. I think he fought Elvis Brenner in his last fight. I'm probably wrong on that, in all honesty. But Joel Alvarez, great striking. I thought he should have got a top 15 matchup with Jalen Turner. This guy's dominant. This guy's huge for lightweight. He's dominant. Very tricky, very fast, great power, great leg kicks, amazing striker. But he's fighting Jakar Close. Jakar Close, very underrated. Almost beat Beneil Dariush. This is a guy who's right outside the top 15. So is Joel Alvarez, but this is a guy right outside the top 15. If there was someone for him to fight outside the top 15, it would be Jakar Close. So it's not that bad of a matchup. I'm going Joel Alvarez. I think it will finish Jakar Close. His striking's better. He has more reach. He has more power. He's more fluid. Jakar Close doesn't have a bad chin. Like, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, man. But Joel Alvarez, he might be top 10 level already. You know, he might be top 10 level already. I don't know what my family's talking about downstairs, but they're loud as fuck. Joel Alvarez, top 10 level. He beats Jakar Close. Second round TKO. I think he's going to have an amazing first round, just jabbing up Jakar, hitting him with strong leg kicks, maybe cutting him open, and then he's going to finish him. This guy has amazing knees to the body. He has amazing Muay Thai, amazing kickboxing. His grappling's not bad either. This guy's good. This guy's good, man. This guy's really good. And Jakar Close, while he is good, while he has so many impressive things that he's done, while he's almost won against Dariush, when Dariush was actually looking good on his run, I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has the skill in him to beat Joel Alvarez. He's good, man. So second round TKO, Joel. Michael Johnson versus Ottoman Azaitar. Now, you look at the records. Ottoman looks miles ahead of Michael Johnson on the record. I'm going Michael Johnson decision. I think he has the experience. Ottoman Azaitar, I just don't think that he has proved himself, saying that, okay, I can hang in the UFC, I can hang here. These big guys, these guys with a lot of experience. Michael Johnson, he's coming off a win versus Darius Flowers. Darius Flowers sucks ass. Darius Flowers is dog shit. It's like, I hope he beat him. I hope he beat Darius Flowers. Every fight I've seen of him, he doesn't look good. He's never looked good, in my opinion. Michael Johnson has had performances against Gaethje, I'm blanking again, but like this guy has been around at lightweight a long time. He's honestly probably one of the most underrated fighters ever just because he's so inconsistent, but he has good wins. He has really good wins. He has great skill. He's just inconsistent. I don't think he'll be inconsistent. I think Zaitar is just not great. Michael Johnson's bigger than him, has more experience, better technique. He might be faster, and he might have more power. So I don't think he'll knock out Zaitar. I think he'll out decision him. However, it's possible he could knock him out. This guy has a lot of power. But like I said, I just think his striking's better. His grappling isn't amazing. However, his boxing is really good. He's just inconsistent. The question isn't usually when is Michael Johnson better than someone. Yeah, he probably is better than someone a lot of times. And then he just gets chinned. And then he's just inconsistent. You know, it's like if we're talking about who's better, Michael Johnson wins a decent amount of time. It's just fighting, bro. I don't. He just can't get it together, which kind of sucks. Moving on, Navajo Sterling versus Tuco. Sterling's not bad. He's trained at the Adesanya camp. He was talking about Adesanya in his last reaction video. He's not bad. And, you know, he very, very clearly lacks experience compared to Tuco. And I want to take Sterling. Good kickboxer. That everybody who comes out that gym is good. He has a lot of power. And he's a prospect. I don't trust him. But Tuco's ass. Tuco sucks. Like, in all honesty. I don't like saying a fighter sucks. Well, that's not true. I love insulting the fighters. But at least I'm not going to, like, insult them and then just be happy and, like, nice to their face type shit. I'm going to go Sterling. I don't think it'll be that impressive of a performance, but I do think he'll knock out Tuco because Tuco sucks ass. Like, he does. It is what it is, you know. Tuco sucks. I think he'll knock out Tuco. Second round, like I said, I don't think it'll be a great performance. I think he might get out-grappled in the first round, or it just won't be a great first round. And then the second round, he'll pick up with some speed, some kickboxing. And I think he'll TKO Tuco. I don't know how long it will take, however, and I don't know how he'll do it, right? I don't know how, but that's the feeling I got. Navarro Sterling, there's not much to go off on him. Tuco, we know this guy sucks, right? So it's like, I say go Sterling. This should be on the prelims, but he is a prospect, I understand. This is probably one of the most underrated fights on the card. Adrian Yanez versus Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos, very good, 16-0. Great grappling, great striking. He already has great wins. Adrian Marcos. Adrian Yanez, you know, he had questionable decisions. You know, he lost to Jonathan Martinez. He lost to Rob Font. He got knocked out by Rob Font, which is kind of crazy. You know, Jonathan Martinez destroyed his leg. This guy is like a pure boxer through and through. His wrestling's not great. His leg kicks aren't good. His leg kick defense is horrible. Daniel Marcos is a guy who can mix up kicks very well. And I think that's gonna be the decider. Unless Adrian Yanez has worked on his leg kick defense, which he's coming off a good win actually. He's coming off a win against Benicio Salvador, I think. It's a good win. I like Daniel Marcos here, 16-0, almost enough. He has almost the same amount of experience as Adrian Yanez. It's not like a prospect who's like 10-0 going against a guy who's like 20-5. You know what I'm saying? So Daniel Marcos, it's not his debut in the UFC either. He has good experience, and he's really crafty. He fights like he has a lot of experience. You know, a lot of times people do dumb mistakes when they don't have a lot of experience. This guy fights like he has a lot of experience. He does have a lot of experience. He has great leg kicks, great kicks in general, great body kicks. He's really fast, has a lot of power. And I think he'll TKO Adrian Yanez. I think Adrian Yanez has a lot of power, which he does. But Daniel Marcos is a little too slick on the feet, I think. His kicks will throw off Yanez very, very clearly. Yanez is like a boxer through and through. You know, he's a boxer through and through. And I think even if Marcos gets caught with something, even if Marcos doesn't like striking with him just because of the power, he can take him down and out-wrestle him, out-grapple him. Marcos is good all around, but I think the leg kicks and body kicks are what's really going to set Marcos apart here. I'm going to go third round TKO. Yanez is tough. Yanez is tough, but we've seen him, fall down to leg kicks. Granted, it was against Jonathan Martinez, even though Jonathan Martinez isn't doing well right now. This guy's amazing leg kicks. He's one of the best leg kickers in the UFC right now. While Marcos doesn't have the power, he might have the speed. And I think the body kicks, if he does throw knees or body kicks, it will definitely gas out Yanez. I like Daniel Marcos here. I think he'll go 17-0, third round TKO. And he'll get someone big after this. Yanez is big. He's a decent name, but he's not like big, you know what I'm saying? He's not like a great name, great opponent. I used to like Yanez a lot. I still do like Yanez, but I just think Daniel Marcos is better technically than him, and he has the tools to beat Yanez. Because Yanez is very one-dimensional. I'm sorry, but this light that is shining in... Because it's not a ring light, right? It's my phone light, the flashlight shining in my eyes. So, I try to put it on the side of my face, though, so it's not as bad, but it still sucks, right? Vitor Pacino versus Justin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby, great kickboxer. He beat Khalil Roundtree. He should have beat Khalil Roundtree. But he lost to Dominic Reyes recently, and Vitor Pacino just lost to Anthony Smith recently. Pick your poison. You want Dominic Reyes, who was on a 4-fight losing streak, or you want Anthony Smith, who just lost to Dominic Reyes? You know what I'm saying? Pick who you want. I'm going to go Vitor. Vitor is trash. He got caught in a guillotine. You shouldn't get caught in a guillotine in high-level MMA. If you're a good wrestler, you don't get caught in guillotine shooting takedowns. Or I guess some wrestlers do, actually. Some wrestlers do, but majority of the time you shouldn't. Dustin Jacoby, great kickboxer. Great kickboxer. His chin's not amazing. His technique, his gift, I guess, his technique is good. His technique's amazing for kickboxing. But he does get hit. His chin's not great. Vitor, okay, I'll also start this off. Dustin Jacoby is usually the bigger guy in these fights. He's usually the bigger guy. He fights like he's the bigger guy. Pacino has more reach than him. Is only one inch shorter. Pacino has more power than him. Has better wrestling than him. I don't think technique-wise his striking's great. I don't think cardio-wise it's as good as Dustin Jacoby. And I want to go Pacino. Let me check the odds. He's a huge favorite. Fucking hell. I want to go Pacino, right? Because I think he could catch Dustin Jacoby. I think he could out-wrestle Dustin. But will his cardio hold up? He's a guy who walks around with a lot of mass, a lot of muscle. He's a guy who doesn't understand pacing yourself. He goes all out in the first round. Second round, he doesn't look as great. Third round, he's basically not there. He's basically just not there in the third round. I hope he's worked on his cardio, but I don't think he will. I'm still going to go him, though. I'm going to go him decision. I'll wrestle Dustin Jacoby. Maybe land an overhand or so. He could knock him out. But Dustin Jacoby, I don't think he could knock out Vitor. While he could outbox him. Power kills, right? Power kills. If you ever heard the saying in Madden, speed kills, in MMA, in the UFC games, power kills. You could land 100 jabs on a guy, but he lands that one overhand, you're knocked out. I'm going to take the power and the strength of Vitor here, but it's a lot closer fight than a lot of people think. My boy, I'm a fan favorite, Manel Kape. Great career at Ryzen. Came here, not as impressive, but that's okay. Manel Kape just lost to Mokaev. Muhammad Mokaev. He broke his toe in, I believe, the first round. Couldn't move. Mokaev is actual dog shit, but people like him because he's Muslim. Mokaev sucks ass, so he couldn't finish him, and he tried stripping him literally. Mokaev pulled down his shorts, and you can see Manel Kape's ass crack. But he's fine. He's back against Bruno Silva. His toe surely healed good. Usually they do. Toes aren't a huge part of a fight unless they're broken as you're fighting. I don't think I've ever heard someone say, oh, I'm struggling to recover from a toe injury. I don't think I've ever heard that. So I think he'll be fine. Bruno Silva is good. He is good. I think Manel Kape's better technically. The only problem with Manel Kape is, while he is good, while he is better than a lot of these guys, he doesn't fight like it. Or he does fight like it. He actually, he fights like he's 10 times better than these guys, right? He'll do some Sean O'Malley shit. He'll jab you once, he'll start, and then he just won't jab you again. He'll start doing emotes for like the rest of the minute and just let the rounds go. Just let the fight go. I love Cop, but that's what he does. He lets fights go. And it kind of sucks because he loses because of that. So I'm going to go Cop, even though I just said I just gave reasons why you shouldn't. I'm going to go Cop. I think he's going to change that aspect. I think he has to know deep in his mind that he has to win this fight. Bruno Silva is not really the guy to push the pace on Cop. His striking defense isn't great. His grappling's alright, but Cop has good takedown defense. I trust Cop here. Cop striking, his skill's elite. He almost beat Pantoja, but instead he started emoting and doing random shit. He almost beat Makayev, close fight, and Makayev, all he did was shoot takedowns and strip him naked when he broke his toe already. I don't like his Felipe Dos Santos win, because it wasn't a great win, but I trust Manel. I trust Manel here. When he wants to get serious, he's a very good fighter. He has a lot of potential when he wants to get serious. And I know that's kind of cope. That's ultimate cope. Oh, well, when this guy actually tries, he's amazing. But for Cop, it's like, it's real. It's real because you see him doing emotes, or you see him just not throwing anything taunting, right? This is a guy where you can be like, okay, well, when this guy's serious, he's real. In Ryzen, he has a really good career in Ryzen. In UFC, he's a little inconsistent, but he is good. We've seen signs that he is really good. Bruno Silva is kind of alright. Bruno Silva is good, but Cop, when he wants to, is a different level. At least compared to Bruno Silva. He's not going to fucking kill like Pantoja, or he's not going to destroy Pantoja when he's actually serious, right? But it was a close fight with Pantoja. He's had close fights with these guys. When he's high level, when he's on his shit, he's really on his shit. So I think we'll see him on his shit, doing good against Bruno. 29-28 decision, because he'll somehow lose the third round. He'll dominate the first and second, or he'll look really good, and he'll somehow lose the third round because he's emoting. So I'm going to go 29-28 Manel Cop. This co-main event is fucking crazy, by the way. Cub Swanson versus Billy Quarantillo. I don't trust Cub Swanson. I don't remember what his most recent win is, but I believe it's Hakeem Dawodu. I never know how to pronounce his name. Mean Hakeem. Let's say Mean Hakeem, because that's his name. Versus Billy Quarantillo. I thought Cub Swanson robbed Hakeem. I thought Hakeem won the fight against Cub Swanson. On rewatch, I can see, it's a little weird. It's a little different. It's really a 50-50, whoever you want to go. Billy isn't good, but he is very tough. And when you're fighting a guy like Cub Swanson, you need to be very tough. You need to be able to take damage and just give damage. You need to be able to receive and give, like gay sex. You gotta receive and give. Can Billy do it though? Cub Swanson's older, but he still has the power. He's still fast. He still looks good. Can Billy take and give? I think that's the main question here. And I think he can. I think he can. I think he has the cardio. But I'm going Cub Swanson because I think this fight will go to decision. And if it does go to decision, it's going to be Cub Swanson. He's a legend. Think about it, right? Even if you see Billy Quarantillo destroy Cub Swanson, you still want them to give it to Cub Swanson. It's Cub Swanson, right? The UFC is no different. UFC plays favorites all the time. I think Cub Swanson will win a decision. 29-28, tough fight. Maybe a fight of the night. Just because it's just both guys swinging back and forth. A lot of blood. I like... Damn. I like Cub Swanson's chances here. I think Billy's not great at all. But he is tough. What the fuck is going on in my bathroom? Okay, but Billy is tough. Cub's good. Billy's tough, but he lacks the technique that Cub Swanson has. Cub Swanson's very tough, very experienced, very gritty. He'll throw down. So will Billy, but Billy will fall. Billy can fall. Billy will not react well to shots. While he will stay in there, he won't act well to the shots. And I think he'll win, or I think he'll lose. But I think Cub Swanson will win a pretty comfortable decision. And hell, even if he loses and it's a close fight, they're going to give it to Cub Swanson, right? It's fucking Cub Swanson. You know how the UFC works. I don't got to tell you how the UFC works, man. They'll give it to Cub Swanson. Can I make this full screen? No? I guess I can't make it full screen. Okay, well, Joaquin Buckley versus Colby Covington. This fight has been weird to me. Because it's not a fight of, can Colby take down Joaquin Buckley? Can he out-wrestle him? Can he outstrike him for 5 rounds? I don't think it's a question of if he could. I think it's a question of if he will. You know, this guy didn't do anything against Leon Edwards until the 4th round or 5th round. I don't remember. Didn't do anything. Sat there, took shots. Took a lot of damage. Got out. He literally got out wrestled. And he just wasn't there mentally. I know he said he had an injury. I forgot what the injury was. But will he do it? Is it a mental thing for Colby Covington? He's set for life. You know, the money he's got from UFC, this amazing money. He's been playing poker. After this fight, he said he's going to a poker tournament. The biggest poker tournament of all time. Is this guy... Does he even care about fighting anymore? Right? Like, he ducked Ian Gary when Ian Gary was an amazing stylistic matchup for him. Maybe not anymore after what we saw from Shavkat. But before, it's an amazing stylistic matchup. And I'm going to tell you straight up. If this fight happened a year ago, I'm leaning Colby Covington easily. But now I don't know, man. After that Leon fight... By the way, this guy's been out for a year now. The Leon fight was last December. This guy's been out for a year. New MANSA, Joaquin Buckley, my boy. 3-fight win streak. Against Luke, who just had a great performance against Themba Garimbo. Against Ruzabo. Yeah. That's cool. I don't know, man. I'm going to go Buckley. I'm going to go Buckley. It really just comes off being active mentally, I guess. Colby hasn't fought. And when he did fight, he looked like dog shit. You know, he didn't do anything. He looked horrible. It's just... I want to lean Buckley here. This guy's been active. You know, 3-fight win streak. Luke, Ruzaboev, Wonder Boy. I think Buckley's footwork is very underrated. His boxing is very underrated. I said this before, and people thought I was glazing him when I compared him to Mike Tyson, at least fighting-wise. Maybe not actual boxing skill, but at least how he moves. He's very stocky. He fights like this. He moves a lot side to side. And he cuts angles very well. I was saying he cuts angles very well. He's not the guy to back up and let Colby Covington just back him up, take him down against the fence like Ian Gary would. He's the guy to, okay, I'm getting backed up. Huge jump left. Huge jump right. We cut angles very fast. He's really good at that. He has very underrated movement. A lot of power. And mentally, he's here. I think he's here mentally. Watch his Demetrius Johnson interview. He shares his life. He shares everything. He has great game plan. This guy has great game plan. He's very smart. Technically speaking, even if you didn't watch the Demetrius Johnson interview, you know he's very smart. You know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's setting stuff up. How he worked the problem against Wonder Boy. Amazing work against Wonder Boy. He's been fighting, man. This guy has been... He wants something from himself. He has a lot more experience than people think. He's been through a lot. Mentally, he wants to be champion. You don't take 4 fights in the same year against top contenders if you don't want to be a champion. He wants to prove himself. I don't think Colby is there mentally. Like I said, this guy's going poker. Joaquin Buckley, he wins this fight. Joaquin Buckley's like, okay, let's celebrate. Let's go back in the gym. Let's call out Kamaru Usman. Let's call out Shavkat. Let's call out Ian Gary. Colby wins this. He's going to be like, okay, let me shout out Donald Trump and go, gamble. Colby said after his career he wants to focus on poker. He's not here mentally. And he's already near the end of his career. He's not here mentally. He won't get a title shot if he wins this. Joaquin Buckley, while he might not, he'll be one away. And this is a guy that, he's only like 30. Joaquin Buckley is only like 31, 32. If he wins this, he's like, okay, give me my next fight. I'll win that. Give me a title shot. This is a guy who wants to rapidly grow. He's been rapidly growing, rapidly climbing up the rankings. He wants everything. And when I say, okay, but, I'm talking about mental, right? When someone says, okay, mentally good, skill-wise, they're on a different level. Wrestling-wise, yes. I think Buckley could catch Colby, though. Colby, striking-wise, isn't great. He's very safe. He's very sound. He's very 1-2 down the middle. He's not going to throw overhand at Buckley. And I think you can't do that with Buckley. With Buckley, you got to throw leg kicks. You got to slow him down. Because he's going to be jumping around left to right, cutting angle. Okay, you throw a jab, I'm on your left, I'm straighting. Or I'm doing the left hook. You throw a straight, I'm on the right hook. He did it against Wonderboy. He cuts in, and then he bounces. He leaps at Wonderboy. Right hand knocks him out. Buckley has that thing. He has that thing where he understands what he's doing. He understands, okay, you're not throwing leg kicks. I can move freely. You got to really stop Buckley's movement. He's a dangerous guy if you just let him move. And I think Colby knows that. I think Colby knows Buckley's a dangerous guy. We're going to try taking him down. But Buckley's strong too, man. This is a guy that not only is physically strong, not only is he a freak athlete, not only does he know what he's doing, not only is he smart, he's mentally there. He wants to be champion. He wants to improve. He wants to grow. Like I said, if this was last year, I'd take Colby in a heartbeat. I'd say Colby's going to out-wrestle him, dominate him for 5 rounds. I've seen so much improvement from Joaquin Buckley. I've seen so much good game planning. I've seen so much good wins, so much good knockouts, so much good mentality from him. I gotta go Joaquin. Bro. He's just a different level than Colby right now. Joaquin's entering his prime. He's entering his career. Colby's leaving. Colby's focusing on a different career, a different fight, a different path. If Colby wins... Yeah? I will in a second. Bro, I love my family to death, bro. But why everybody gotta bother me? As soon as I shoot the video, everybody gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you good? Hey, bro, you wanna do this? You wanna do that?" Like, it's fucking sick, bro. It's 6. You could have asked me so many hours earlier. You could have asked me 16 hours earlier. I love my family. It's whatever. I love my family. Anyway, I'm going Joaquin Buckley. I think I've convinced myself. I like Joaquin's power. I don't like Colby's mentality. His striking already, in my opinion, if you compare prime Colby striking to Joaquin Buckley's striking now, I still like Joaquin Buckley's boxing. He's very underrated. If you want to talk about a peer boxer, Joaquin Buckley might be top 5 in representatives for boxing. If he wins this with knockout, he's easily top 5 for representatives of just pure boxing. He's fast. He has good kicks, very good body kicks, very good head kicks. A leg kick's a little weird, but, it's his movement. That's his movement. That's how it is. He's very dynamic, very smart, and Colby's just not here. I'm going to go Joaquin Buckley. I don't think he'll go 5-round decision. I think he'll knock out Colby. I think he'll catch Colby in the 3rd. I think it'll be 1st and 2nd round. Colby experiments a little bit. He's gonna look the same way he did against Leon Edwards, where he's not really gonna throw much. Even though he said he was injured in Leon Edwards, I believe him. I believe that he was injured in the last fight, but he's still been out for a year. It was still a horrible performance. He kind of got humbled. He got out wrestled by Leon. He wasn't mentally there. Donald Trump has. I don't even think Donald Trump is. I don't even think he fucks with Colby anymore. In all honesty, obviously he does because he was at the election. But I feel like Colby's just kind of like a weird Colby's the guy you feel pity for, and that's why Donald Trump hangs out with him. This Donald Trump don't fuck with him the same. He's kind of lost a lot in the last year and a half. Besides poker, this guy's fucking amazing at poker. I'm not gonna lie to you, this guy is really good. Pretty good skill. But I like Joaquin Buckley's chances more. I'm gonna go third round knockout. I think he'll catch him, and I think Joaquin Buckley has really good finishing instincts, a lot of power, really good ground and pound. He'll probably knock him down while Colby's against the cage. And then it's gonna end the same way Wonder Boy did. He's gonna knock him down against the cage. Colby's gonna sprawl. He's gonna be like this against the cage, and Joaquin Buckley just hammering the side of his head, the temple. It's Joaquin's era. But that's the prediction video. Yeah, sorry for the light. Like I said, I'm using my phone light because I literally just broke my ring light 5 minutes before this video. And, my family's bothering me, but it's my family, Like, what am I going to do? It's my family. I love my family. End of the video. And let me just end it by saying Jamal Hill champion 2025. You got to believe it.